Again, this is something Toronto has never had. The old design to the stadium was very, very much just a box. And it felt like I walked through a parking garage. But hello everyone, welcome back to the 450 channel. Just Daniel here. Chris is off being busy doing Chris things. But I didn't want to talk about Blue Jays team without him. So what I'm going to discuss is the renovations to the Rogers Center. We got some new updates a little bit ago, and I just want to talk about what each one of them means. So far, they look really, really good. I'm very excited to experience them in person because I will definitely be going to games. So will Chris. So we hope to see you guys there as well. But with that being said, make sure you guys hit that like button if you're ready for the 2023 season, as well as hit that subscribe button for all your Jays news. We're always talking Jays here. As well, thank you for the support so much on the channel. It's been amazing, and many more to come. So with that being said, the renovation news somewhat has come out. They're going to reveal that they're making 4 types of neighborhood areas. I'm calling them neighborhoods because that's what I use, but they're basically like gathering areas. There's 4 gathering areas. I'm going to talk about 2 of them in the 500 level because I think they're the coolest ones. So we got the Corona rooftop patio, which is in right field 500 level, which I think is so cool. It's basically a bar in the a patio bar in the right field in the 500 levels. It's right under the CN Tower. It's sponsored by Corona, so like I'm fine with that. I love me a good Corona every once in a while. And it looks like this is the kind of thing that the Jays haven't had. This kind of reminds me a little bit of the Braves new ballpark design there, where they got their, I think it's a chop house, I think is what it's called. But that's what this reminds me of, is the Blue Jays version of it, and I think that's so cool. I mean, us Toronto fans, we love to drink, so I'm not against it. Plus, I mean, it's apparently going to overlook the right field just a little bit, so you're able to kind of walk out and look, which I think is so cool. I'm just worried it's going to get blocked by the foul pole, so I don't know how far in the right field it is. The rendering really kind of didn't really show it, so I'm hoping that's not a problem, but I will definitely be experiencing that for sure. Gotta love being old enough to drink in Canada. And I will definitely be up there, definitely at least getting a view. See, and I think it's going to be such a great picture from up there. Plus, I mean, this brings more of an adult vibe to that area. And if you've been to Toronto games, you realize that the 500 levels is a really adult area. Usually people go there, they crush a couple beers and come down. So I'm very happy that they're combining it to one area, hopefully. To minimize it, because I mean, sometimes you get those people that drink too much and that just ruins the game. But with that being said, on the other side in the left field 500 level, they're doing something called Park Social, which in the rendering, which you'll see on the screen, it has showed a picture of it overlooking the field again, as well as showed a picture of some cornhole games, as well as some like tables to sit and chairs to sit, and it just kind of looks like a nice gathering area. Again, this is something Toronto has never had. The old design to the stadium was very, very much just a box, and it kind of felt like walking through a parking garage. But this kind of park social area, I think it's going to be a cool experience. I think it's going to be almost like a junior Jays kind of zone, which I think is so cool that if they're able to do that. I mean, I probably won't experience it that much, just where it is. However, I mean, I'll definitely go visit it. It looked like it's going to have some artificial grass. If you've ever been to any other stadiums, a lot of other stadiums had this. I was in Chicago at the White Sox stadium, and they kind of had something similar to this in the outfield, as well as the White Sox had it on the outside. Not the White Sox, the Cubs had it on the outside of the stadium. So that's super cool. Again, bringing a little bit of flair to the Rogers Center, which is much needed after not having renovations for a very, very long time. As well, with these kind of 2 areas, they're reducing the capacity of the stadium by a little bit, just reducing it by 3,000, which is fine. I mean, the stadium barely ever sells out unless it's a playoff game, which is expected, and that's only in the 500 level, so that's pretty cool. As well as they're replacing all the 500 level seats for this year, which is very, very cool, because sometimes the seats can be very uncomfortable, so hopefully they're a little more comfortable. But the parts that I really want to talk about are the actual field dimensions of it. The first thing that they're doing is they're raising the outfield walls, apparently, which I don't know how much taller you can go because those walls are already really, really big. I haven't seen anything officially on it, so I don't know if this is officially happening, but this is what I've heard. I was listening to Sportsnet Fan 590. This is what they were talking about. And with the outfield walls being very, very big, there's going to be a lot less of those balls that just get over the fence, which means you're going to have a lot more balls hitting off the wall, which means you're going to have some very good defense. With that being said, I think the Jays have addressed their defense very well, and I think they're kind of almost tailoring their defense to their park, which is what they should do. As well, with that being said, with the outfield walls going up, because the reason for that is that they're actually raising the bullpens. They're making the bullpens the same eye level as the fans, which I think is a very, very good idea. I think all parks should do this. Allows more player interaction between the fans as well. The amount of heckling the opposing team is going to get in right field from Jays fans, they're going to have a good time. Jays fans, from my experience, have been very, very ruthless to the right fielder there. So, I mean, when I was there, I watched the White Sox game this year, and Andrew Vaughn was in right field. They did not let him hear the end of it all 9 innings, especially when he botched a ball in right field. So, I'm very excited for that, especially now being eye level with the pen. They're going to have a blast with that as well. I mean, it's not all bad. They're all going to get heckles. There will be some interactions, which is sick. I'm very excited when certain teams come to town. Off top of my head, I mean, Yankees coming to town. I mean, in the pen, seeing like Garrett Cole on an off day if he sits in there, I don't know. Or why am I blanking on pen names? I mean, Edwin Diaz if the Mets come to town, right? So those will always be super, super cool, as well as the player interaction is something that I think the game very much needs, especially with the extended netting around the foul lines, I guess we'll call it. It's something you kind of blocks the interaction, so that's very well way to replace it. As well as, apparently, I never heard about this, but they were talking about Sports at Fan 590 today, so I'll bring it up. Apparently, they're bringing the left field wall in. Or was it the right field wall? They're bringing one of the walls in the corners, which is interesting because we always make fun of the Yankees for having a short porch. So now if you're going to have a short porch in Jays, it kind of takes away that thing. But you are tailoring us to the or your team to the park. Personally, I would bring the left field wall in. I don't know which one is going in. I couldn't find anything online. So this is just a rumor. I do not claim this to be official, so just bear me in mind. But if the left field wall comes in, I mean, Jays having a lot of righty hitters. Let's just, top of my head, Vladdy, Springer, Bo. Those just 3 big names right there. Chapman has some power, right? So if you're bringing that left field wall in, there's going to be some more home runs. Cater it to your team. I love it. I think it's going to be great. As well as that left field wall in will create some weird angles, because before it was like a nice circle like that. This left field wall will create some ins and corner gaps, I'm pretty sure. So, like I said, the defense is going to be very important. That's why I think some of these defensive moves they've made have been very, very well. And I'm very excited to see it. I'm very excited to get down there for a game. I'm so excited to see the new stadium, especially when the full renovation is done in 2 or 3 years. So that'll be amazing. But let me know what you guys think below. Make sure you hit that comment button, hit that subscribe button down below. Like I said, let me know what you think. I'm very excited. I'm going to try to be going to a ton of games. I know Seattle is definitely one game I want to go see because Teoscar is going to be back. So let me know which game you guys want to go see, and I'll see you guys all next time. Goodbye.